Hello, KISS Navy, and welcome to episode 29 of the KISS Army Nation podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Pasquale Veri.
And I'm Claudio Spera. Welcome to the show, everyone.
So for the final episode of our KISS Kruise special, we are joined by a guest who began his DJ career at the age of 14, performing with a mobile DJ set. At the age of 18, he began spinning records in multiple South Florida hotspots. Definitely a man with varied musical tastes, but it was his love for KISS which led him to perform on the KISS Kruise. Let's find out more about our special guest, Mr. Andrew DJ NOIZ Rodriguez. How's it going, my friend?
Welcome.
Thank you so very much, gentlemen. How are we today?
We're doing great. It's nice to have you, man. This is an honor. This is a true honor, man, for us.
Honor's all mine, man. Pleasure's all mine.
Hey, Andrew, let's kick it off. So,
right.
14-year-old boys usually focus on getting into trouble, but you took a page out of the Gene Simmons handbook and took matters into your own hands and studied what could become a very successful DJ career. So tell us more about the inception of your craft.
Let's see. Wow. Okay. I'll try to make this really short. I was destined to be a musician. I was destined to be a DJ. I mean, when I was a little kid, my mom, I don't know if you remember back in the day when you filled the washing machine with too much clothes, when it went into the spin cycle, it would go boom, 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 boom. My mom told me that I used to stand there with diapers, literally 1.5 years old, with my hands on the washing machine going to the beat. And they were
Seriously?
Like, okay,
oh
what
my
is
God.
this? And then when I was a little kid, I was always banging on stuff. Then Christmas came around when I was 3 years old, and my father bought me my first toy drum set. That was it.
Wow.
That was it. And from that point on, I just, became a drummer. And then I went to as you get into that teenage years, you start going to your little junior high school parties and stuff like that. And since I was always into music, and I was a drummer and all that stuff, I was looking at this guy playing records and I was like, okay, he's putting one record with the other one. Okay, now he's putting another one. I could do that. So I remember I told my dad, may he rest in peace. I told my dad one day, Dad, I want to be a DJ. He's like, what is a DJ? And I told him, 2 turntables, a mixer, a receiver, some speakers, some records. He's like, yeah, whatever. Gentlemen, the next day when I got home from school, I'll never forget. And by the way, this was my dad. My dad was never one that really hugged you or kissed you, but he showed you love in a very, very interesting way. I got home from school and I remember he was waiting for me at the door and he's like, come here. And I was like, what happened? And he was like, come here. Who do you think you are? I'm like, huh? What happened? You don't have a maid here. Your mom's not your maid. Go do your bed. Go clean your room. And I'm like, wait a minute. I did do my bed before I left to school. When I opened the door of my room, on top of my bed, 2 turntables, a mixer, a receiver,
Wow.
2 speakers, and $200 to buy records. And that's where it all started.
That's awesome, man. What a good story.
That was Daddy. That was my dad.
Love it, man. Love it. So then you got into DJ, and didn't you find intimidating as an 18-year-old playing like Florida hot spots? So how were those experiences? Because all of a sudden you find yourself in Florida playing interesting places, to say the least. So how did that happen?
Let's just say that I started working clubs at 18 because that's the age you're allowed to be in certain clubs. Back in the day, and even nowadays, there are some clubs that are 18 and over, but very rare. I would have been working as a DJ at 15 if they allowed me in clubs. But between 14 and 17, I started doing house parties. By the time I turned 18, I got introduced by a friend of mine to a gentleman that just had bought a bar, a lounge. And then I started DJing there. And it was like the back of my hand, guys. Within a couple of months of me having those 2 turntables, which were Radio Shack turntables, belt drive, where the pitch control wasn't really up and down. It was a little lever that you have to turn to the left, turn to the right, all that crazy stuff. I was already mixing within a couple of days because being a drummer, rhythm, and putting 2 records together, rhythm. And then after that, it's just learning where to mix in, where to mix out, what kind of music to play. And, you go evolving your craft up, as time goes by.
That's awesome. Hey, let me just go a little bit off script here, but are you still hitting the skins? Are you still a drummer? Do you have a band, or are you playing with some guys?
Not in a band. Really want to be in one. I ain't gonna lie, but during all this COVID stuff, it's been kind of hard to find a band. I actually did a very dumb thing about 2 years ago. I sold my drum set, didn't think I would need it because it was always just here, for me to just bang on every once in a while. But I decided to sell it. Within 3 months, I bought another one because I was missing it. And it's pretty much grown. It's kind of grown way too much. Okay. I literally have like 15 cymbals, like 15 drums, cowbells galore. I get, typical Virgo, super exaggerated. But yeah, that's I still play, and during the days, sometimes when I'm just chilling at home, I'll put on a live 2, a live 3. Hey, rock and roll over, and I just play the albums from top to from beginning to end, and that'll be my workout for the day. And
love it.
But even the 100,000 years, that's 11 minutes and 52 seconds. Right. I played to a T. Thank you very much.
Nice. Yeah, you played to the T, the solo. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah,
my goodness.
Brother, that's what got me into drumming when I was a little kid. I mean, I was already a drummer, but once I heard Peter's solo as a four-year-old kid, I was like,
"That's it." Exactly.
That was it. Wow. That's basically what drew me into them. Yeah.
Wow.
But Andrew, I remember on the KISS Cruise, I was walking somewhere where you were DJing, and I thought, okay, the music it's cool. But then you started going crazy on the drums, and that's when I stopped and listened. Hey, this guy is different, and seriously, I was hooked ever since. So it's cool that your passion for drumming and your passion for DJing, you combine them. How did that come about?
I'm all about the double D's, brother, and those two. Anyway, let me tell you, the way that came about is that since the first cruise started, once the second cruise was coming, I was already letting Six Man know that, hey guys, I'm a DJ. I could do a great show for you guys. Second one went by, third one went by. By the fourth one, they finally gave me and by the way, every single cruise, I would remind them at least 2 or 3 times, by email. Back in the day, I think it was Keisha who was in charge of, all the operations, and then came Lorraine. And I was writing them every year. Well, one year they literally told me, all right, you want to DJ? Because I guess they saw that I was very interested. I was being persistent year after year without pushing too much. But they gave me the opportunity to do the Halloween show, and that worked out very well. And I'll tell you the other part to that later on. I think there might be some other questions that I would have to tell you what happened after that. Yeah. I got a feeling there might be other questions that I would want to add to that story, but let's just leave it there. Yeah, I was allowed to finally spin on KISS Cruise 4. I was a guest. And and they literally had me spin. I was only supposed to do the Halloween party, but I ended up spinning 3 more times, which is that's the other part of the story I want to tell you. And then they had me as official on 5 and 6, where they took care of me. They put me from my 5th floor balcony, 5th floor room, which is what I always get, to a balcony, and and I did 4 shows on each of those as well. And man, it was really cool.
Wow. Nice. So the reason really you're a successful DJ is because your taste in music is so varied. Mm-hmm. And what's interesting about that is that your taste in music is really a reflection of who you are.
Correct.
Hence, that's where that passion comes from.
Correct.
So I want to play a little game. Through your music, tell us a little bit about who Andrew is. Let's start with salsa and merengue.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm Latin-based. I wasn't born in a Latin country. My parents were. They're Cuban. I'm the first American born. I was born in Hartford, Connecticut. Don't ask me what they were doing leaving Cuba in 1968 and going to Hartford, Connecticut. But that's where they went. That's where they had their little fun in the sheets, and that's where I was created. And when I was 3 years old, I came down to Miami. And, living in Miami, it's very Latin-based. A lot of Cubans down here. Mm-hmm. Cuba's 90 miles away. So it all started, my Latin background, it's I have like 4 genres of music that I tend to always stick to. My first and favorite obviously is I don't know if you see any of the stuff behind.
Yeah, we can see that. We can see that. Yeah.
It's KISS. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, KISS, right. That is my first and favorite, and foremost always will be what I go to. I'm all about rock and metal. It's like, how can I say? When I was a little kid, I was never really into toys. I had the trunk in front of my bed, and every Christmas, birthday, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, even your parents are giving you toys, and you throw them in the trunk and never use them. I was already like a 3-year-old kid telling my dad, "Can you buy me this record? Can you buy me this record? Can you buy me this record?" That's how I was, and living in Miami, you know, the Latin bass, the salsa, the merengue, obviously that's something that's going to match with you. But, you know, being that, like I said earlier, I do have like 4 genres that I follow very much. One is rock and metal. I'm also salsa merengue, which is my Latin side. I also love stuff like disco and freestyle, which is that music. Obviously, you guys know what disco is. And freestyle, which is basically disco, just electronic disco, which started in the 80s, is what I call it. And then I have my my electronic side where I absolutely love house and trance. So, you know.
Oh, you do? Wow.
Oh,
that's quite unique. Wow.
I love that stuff. I actually do a Friday night Twitch show for 6 hours from home, but that's another story. Anyhow, so yeah, I love all kinds of music. It's funny. People ask me every once in a while, is there anything you don't like or don't play? And I told them, absolutely, polka.
There you go. Yeah.
That's the only one I probably don't.
You cannot relate to that.
And what about hip hop? How is that a reflection of who you are?
Okay, well, see, that is not in my top 4, but I definitely deal a lot with it. And you know what? Hip hop and R&B and reggae, all that good stuff, I jam to that as well, and I like it as well. And as long as people are dancing,
yeah, it flows.
Like, a lot of times a DJ is known for what they play. You know, like if you think of let's say an Armin van Buuren, a Tiesto, you're thinking about electronic music. I've always been a DJ that's been complete open format. It's like it's like I remember back in the day there was this club that I was dying to get into, and the guy goes, "Okay, I'll give you one night. Can you do Latin music?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, now I need to find because I'm gonna do a hip hop night and I'm gonna do a rock night." I was like, "Dude." He's like, "No, dude. You do Latin." I'm like, "Dude, you don't understand."
Oh, I do everything.
Just give me a chance. The guy literally gave me the chance, and I ended up working there for quite some time, all 3 nights, doing completely different genres every single night.
Now, obviously, like you said, one of your musical tastes is definitely rock and metal.
Oh yeah, that's my first go-to. Absolutely.
Okay, so you know when you have a passion for rock and metal and you DJ and you do your thing, that passion comes across, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that passion also comes across when it's really not necessarily your musical taste, but you read the audience.
Oh, absolutely.
How do you set yourself up to bring out that energy with music that you may not necessarily be familiar with?
You know what? I've always believed that anybody could be a DJ. The name DJ comes a dime a dozen. There's, you know, you can learn what's like the latest stuff and also play the good classics. You can learn how to mix on beat, but there's certain things that a certain DJ doesn't have, and normally the majority don't have them. And it's what I call the oomph factor. The oomph factor is knowing how to read a crowd. No, not every single, if you're doing a 4, 5, 6 hour gig, not every single time your dance floor is going to be packed because one, maybe the majority of the people won't like that song, which is something you try never to do. But yeah, sometimes people don't like a certain song, they'll stop dancing, or they have to go get a drink or go to the bathroom. But sometimes when that happens, it happens like a domino effect. Once one gets off the dance floor, everyone's like, oh God, okay, now I got to go to the bathroom, let me go get a drink. And it's not really because of the song per se. But you as a DJ, if you know your craft and you see how that dance floor starts getting a little thin, you know how to bring them back. And that's something that I've always been blessed to do. You know, I as soon as I see that dance floor just shave a little bit, it's like I get out of that song and throw something that they're going to go, oh, Jesus Christ, I didn't even get to go get a drink. Yeah.
Well, that's something that it's in your blood, right? So you don't learn that, right?
Yeah, I was born to do what I do. God put me on this green earth to basically play music, drum music, you know, just music is just my life. That's it. Awesome. Nothing else. I don't have a 9-to-5 job. I don't do anything else except music. That's it.
Hey, Andrew, you know, Pask was making a very good point, saying that the music defines who we are. And how about KISS? So how are they a reflection of who you are?
Well, as you say, I kind of like them a little bit.
Yeah, just a bit, yeah.
How are they a reflection of who I am? Wow. Yeah. Where do I begin? I was a 4-year-old kid. It was early 1976. My brother, who's 6 years older than me, brings home KISS Alive.
Mm-hmm.
As a 4-year-old kid, I looked at that album And I see Gene. I'm like, I thought they killed people. I thought they were monsters, you know? And I was like, not really into them. My brother would go into his room, play the records, and all I would hear in the background was, and I was like, okay, that's weird. Then he brings a couple months later, Destroyer.
Okay.
And then I started listening, and Detroit Rock City literally caught my ear. Not to mention, after that, I grabbed his Alive 2 record, and when I was introduced to 100,000 Years and that drum solo, me being a drummer, that's how I started gradually going, I like these guys.
Okay.
I like these guys. Oh, and then came Rock and Roll Over. And I think right in early 77, I must have told my dad, I need Dress to Kill, Hotter Than Hell, Kiss. You know, and yeah, and then it just steadily grew. They're literally part of my DNA. I don't know what life would be like without this band. This band means the world to me. And I'm honored to say I share the same birthday with Gene Simmons. Thank you very much. August 26th.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I turned 50 not too long ago, and he turned 72. Anyway. So yeah, man, they just have been a part of my life. And I credit them for me being a DJ, because even though I don't play, you know, the majority of the music that I play has nothing to do with rock. I mean, sometimes I do rock gigs like I'm about to do now, coming up very soon on the KISS Kruise 10. But my typical gigs are dance music, you know, anything that's either Latin or English, you know, that's typical dance, popular dance music. But they're the ones that I credit for the reason why I love music so much, because they literally turned me on to what music really was. And then, like I said earlier, you know, when I was a kid, then becoming a DJ, once you become a DJ, you need to learn all different types of genre unless you stick to one when you get older. But yeah, they're part of my DNA. That's all I could tell you.
We could say that was the trigger, right? So with that band, everything opened up for you.
That was it. Then I started stealing my brother's records. He didn't like that, but too bad.
Well, that's interesting how you got into KISS, and I loved, you know, the definition that basically, you know, we couldn't have a life without KISS. And in our case, you know, with Pask, and we share so many good memories, and we talk to the fans. And I don't know what it would be like, you know, a life without KISS. You know, it doesn't make any sense. So, you know, we'll talk KISS Kruise in a few minutes, but other than the KISS Kruise, can you tell us about some of your other KISS experiences, like expos, concerts, and stuff? So what have you done? So what have you been to?
Yeah, well, the very first concert I went to, and the only reason why I know this is because I literally looked it up a couple of years ago. I own one of those books that talks about every single concert they ever did, and it's been, you know, documented. Yeah, the first concert I ever went to was January 3rd, 1978.
Oh, wow.
My father, you know, being that I was already a major KISS fan, my brother was a KISS fan. He was like, let's take them to a concert. Why not? And I'll never forget, I was 6 years old. The only thing I remember from that concert, I was not allowed to breathe. My mom was like, the whole time. I was like, what's that smell? Don't worry about it. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't think we even hung out for the encore, but, you know, God bless my dad, you know, and my mom. And my mom went in a nice gown, my dad in a three-piece suit. They stuck out like sore thumbs, and I think I was in a little suit too, you know. I mean, they had no idea. For all I knew, they thought they were going to a gala or something, and then when they got there, they were like, what the hell is this? Okay. So yeah, that was my first experience seeing KISS in concert, and that absolutely blew my mind as a 6-year-old kid, being a fan already for about 2 years. Once I got to see them live, that's where it really kicked in, and yeah.
And actually, you know, being 6 years old, you've seen them at the pinnacle. So you at the summit.
You're very impressionable.
Yes, unbelievable.
When you're 6 years old and you're watching a band that's way ahead of its time with a stage show, with their pyrotechnics, with their theatrics, you know, with Gene spitting blood and spewing fire, Paul freaking, you know, dancing with his flamboyance all over the stage, Peter's drum riser going up with the flames coming out, and the bass with his freaking smoking guitar. You're just like,
yeah, it's,
you know, that's basically like the first KISS experience that I can literally say literally blew my mind. I mean, listening to the records, you get into them, but once you see them, especially at such a young age.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah,
so Andrew, you know, do you, well, we can see what you have there as a background, but do you collect memorabilia? Are you a big collector, or kind of?
Let's just say that I don't know if you could tell these walls are beige. I think you can in between somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a room where it's literally 5 rooms. I mean, 5 rooms. It's 5 walls. It's one of those weird shaped rooms that go like this, like if you're painting a house.
Right.
And
It's all KISS.
yeah. Right now you're only seeing half of one wall and then one full wall, and then all this is That, if I had enough space to put a pinball machine or even a coffin, I would definitely do it, but no space. I literally collect all their, I mean, if they have books or anything, like right now I got to get that Destroyer Ultimate Deluxe Edition.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Out, my goodness.
Damn you, Gene and Paul. Okay, so.
Oh yeah.
Obviously that comes out in November, so it gives me a little bit of time to get
and, I get the feeling that we're gonna start seeing more and more of that, coming out soon. So we have to start saving.
I tell a good friend of mine, dude, let's not complain. You know what? Because this is not gonna last forever. But as long as they keep pulling out stuff, let's keep making our heroes rich.
Yeah.
Our heroes are multi-millionaires because of us, and you know what? We're happy to make them that way because they bring us joy. We're paying for them making us happy. So anything they bring out, you buy it if you can.
Yeah, let's continue. Yeah,
absolutely. Like I just went to Vegas for my 50th birthday. My brother took me, and it's like I finally got to see KISS. What is it? KISS Mini Monster Golf.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I played the putt. Everything was really nice, and then the next thing I know, we're spending like $300 on freaking shirts. This shirt, that shirt, that shirt, this shirt, that shirt.
Yeah. That's a great place. Actually,
you got. They need money, man. Poor Gene, man.
Yeah, it's never enough. It's never enough.
I remember something he said a very long time ago. If you have too much money and you don't want it, send it to me.
Yeah, that's right.
I have no problem with that. Of course, you got to budget yourself. As you get older, you have to budget yourself. But I eventually get everything they tend to pull out.
Yeah, it's
that really, Destroyer thing. I already have the remastered CD that came out several years ago. So that's part of it, but now it comes with a special concert, and it has like little liner notes. And I could get the double CD, but it's missing a couple of songs. Yeah. The major deluxe one that costs $200, So you gotta do it. It's all good. Yeah. Makes you happy.
So Andrew, I want to jump forward to the KISS Cruise now.
Sure.
And I think I could speak on behalf of the KISS fans when I say that we are really thrilled that you were so persistent with Sixman and gave us the experience of your craft on the KISS Cruise. And I was happy and privileged to have been a part of that and to see that. It was amazing. And I hope the fans really enjoy it on the upcoming KISS Cruise.
Thank you.
But can you tell us, what did it feel like playing that first time on the cruise? Like, you're on the KISS Cruise, man.
And now I could say that I knew something was going to come up. Now I could go from what I was saying that I wanted to add to.
Right.
All right. So, like I said earlier, I was very persistent, writing them several times, during the year as the KISS Cruise approached. And finally on KISS Cruise 4, they gave me the opportunity. And, on KISS Cruise 4, like I said, I was just a guest. I thought I was going to only play once. But I ended up playing 3 more times, and here's what I wanted to tell you. One of the most coolest things happened to me in my life, and it's one of those things that I'll always reflect on that say, that is one of the best moments that ever happened in my life. I literally opened up for KISS. I mean, I was like, what? Me? What? What happened was that as soon as I was done with the Halloween party, Sixman, from what I understand, were very impressed. I mean, they thought I was just going to stand there, push buttons, play a song, play another song. They weren't expecting me to blend songs together with effects and, do certain things, which is what my craft is. And the next thing I know, I'll never forget, I was done with the Halloween party. Sixman comes up to me, Lorraine, everybody, hey man, wow, that was great. I was like, thank you. This was KISS Cruise 4, where KISS was going to do their acoustic show on an island, on one of those K islands.
Yeah, I remember. We were there.
Right.
Yeah.
But that day, it was incredibly choppy and very windy, and supposedly the stage was rocking, and they were like, okay, no, they're not going to do it on there. We'll just move it to the Lido deck up where the pool is.
Yeah. It's
7:30 in the morning. The phone in my cabin rings, and I hear my roommate go, "What the? Okay." By the way, she was a girl.
Okay.
So she answers the phone, and I'm like, kind of listening with one eye open, and she's like, "Hello." He's sleeping right now. Who's this? I'm sorry, come again? Please hold on. Andy, wake up. Get the phone. Who's like, what? Hello? Andrew, hi, this is such and such from Six Man. Listen, we're so sorry to call you this early in the morning, but listen, we really loved what you did last night. KISS was, as you know, KISS was going to perform later today around 1:30 in the afternoon. Oh, I'm sorry, at like 2:30 in the afternoon on the island. I'm like, yeah. Like, well, they can't do that anymore. They're gonna, and I'm here wondering, why are they telling me this? I'm like, what's going on here? And they tell me, you know, they're gonna move the show to the Lido deck. They're gonna play, I think, at 3 now. Would you like to play from like 2 to 2:30? I mean, I'm sorry, they started at 3. Would you like to play from like 1 to like 2:30 right before they come on? I remember that I could not talk. I was like,
right.
Are you there? Yeah. Would you be able to like spin like the music you spun last night, and you'll play like half an hour till they come out? I'm like, you'll play for an hour and a half, but there has to be that half an hour gap before they come out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what? And yes, they had me do that, and I was incredibly honored.
Yeah,
honored.
Of course. Wow.
Honored that I was able to hype that freaking Lido deck up. I mean, everybody was making their way to the front of stage, and here I am playing stuff like Am I Evil from Metallica and Number of the Beast, and it's going crazy, because on the Halloween party, what I did was play a lot of like the top 40 dance, everyone knows type of songs. Yeah, that Lido deck, I kind of went off. I went off in a little darker way, but still, with the heavy rock, like the Judas stuff, And yeah, man, I played till about an hour and a half, and then they came on, and yeah, I could literally say that I did.
So you opened up for KISS, man.
That's incredible.
I can't say that I opened up for them, but I opened up for them.
You opened up for them. Yeah, you did.
Wow, man.
Yeah,
that's
that was amazing. So then when I did that, they had me come back on 5 officially, and that's when they upgraded me from a 5th floor regular room to a 10th floor balcony. They did the same thing on 6. I played like the pool deck twice. I played like what was that? What's that area before going into the casino? What was that thing called? I forgot the name.
I don't
Something
remember.
Bar. Well,
okay, yeah,
that area that had the little
there.
stage where
the
right before going to the casino.
Yeah.
I did that one twice as well. So, and then 7, 8, 9 came around, and I still have written them. Hey, if you want me, it's all good. Now 10 came around, and hey, Victoria, if you want me, and they said, okay, we'll bring you back. I'm like, cool. Now, mind you, this time I'm probably only doing the KISS Halloween show, but I'm not complaining. I'm sorry, the Halloween show, but I'm not complaining. I don't need to play 4 times if it's not going to happen. As long as I'm going to rock, 2,400 people on that boat on Halloween, that's great. Because if you guys don't know, there's only 2 things that happen on that boat that doesn't have anything else happening at the same time. That's when KISS is playing at the Stardust.
Yeah.
Or you could either see it at the Stardust or at the Atrium, and their Halloween party.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So I'll be DJing the Halloween party this year, and looking forward to that.
Do you still are you still in awe when you see your name under KISS Kruise, especially now, like you're on KISS Kruise 10, there's your name as one of the guests, one of the attractions. How does that make you feel?
It's you know what? It's very humbling. I've already done it 3 times. So here comes 4 years later, or should I say 5, because last year we had to take that break. But it's very humbling, man, just to know that I'm part of the entertainment, at least for 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it may be, for one night of the 5-day cruise. It's incredibly humbling. And you know what? I could literally say down the road 10, 20, 30 years from now, when I'm a fan, I played on the KISS Cruise 4 times.
Right.
You opened up for KISS.
Oh, I opened up for KISS too.
Yes, can't forget that.
Which is in the book, by the way. That book that they gave us 1 year. There's these things of memories, and there's one part where it says
the yearbook.
What's your memory? And it says DJ NOIZ opening up for being woken up early. As a matter of fact, let me find the book. I'm going to read it to you. I don't know if you guys recognize this. Remember the yearbook?
The yearbook, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was everybody kind of like put in a thing that they wanted to put, and then they were going to choose, you know, which one was going to be kept. And here it is. You know, guest favorite memories. Last year on KK4, when Six Man called my cabin early and asked if I would like to open up for KISS before their acoustic show. Needless to say, it's an experience I will never forget. DJ NOIZ, KK4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
You have it in print. You have it in print.
Things like this will always be with me for the rest of my life.
Of course. You know, as you were talking, I was thinking, Andrew, that you know, not so many people, you know, have the chance to blend, you know, the two passions that you have, you know, like KISS and the work that you do as a DJ, which becomes not work, you know, it's your life. And having the band of your life, you know, and playing on the cruise, I cannot think of anything better than that, man. So that must be a dream come true.
Listen, gentlemen, the last 3 years that I did not play on the cruise, I ain't gonna lie, I was hoping I did each and every one. But when you're on that cruise, you're like a kid in a candy store, especially if you're a diehard KISS fan.
Yeah.
I mean, playing on the cruise, it just was that much better, you know. And one of my, I have two favorite moments from the cruises. One was obviously opening up for KISS, which I did not believe that was ever possible. And I still, by the way, I stole I remember it on, you know how what is that gazebo where the sound guy is? That's behind. The stage is over there, and then the people here, and then there's that gazebo where the sound guy is. Well, they set me up right next to the sound guy, and I remember on both of those poles was the schedules. DJ NOIZ 1 to 2:30. It's at 3 o'clock. I told the guy once I'm done, can I steal one of those? He goes, I'll give it to you at night. I have it put away there where it literally says my name from a time and then KISS afterwards. I'm like,
of course. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, you know, a common theme that came up during the last 3 episodes of our special KISS Cruise episodes is that this year's cruise is as new and unpredictable as the first. Okay, so in light of the current, you know, COVID pandemic reality, what are your expectations for the KISS Cruise 10?
First and foremost, thank you for asking me that question, because you know what? I'm so happy that I'm able to say this. The only people that I honestly feel sorry for, and I'm sorry if anyone is going to get upset for me saying this, but it's the honest truth, and I only speak the truth. Thank you very much. The only people I honestly feel sorry for are the people that are not able to make it, like our European friends, our Australian friends, our Brazilian friends, our friends from other continents that either they have not been able to get vaccinated because they can't get the vaccination or because of the travel restrictions. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, everyone else that has been able to get vaccinated but for some reason doesn't want to, which, hey, it's respected, they made their choice. As far as I'm concerned, that cruise is still going to kick butt, okay? Just knowing all the protocols that Six Man has put forth for that cruise to be as safe as possible has me feeling great. Let me tell you something, guys. I literally do not leave this house only when I have to go put gas in my car or when I have to do groceries, or I just have a gig here and there that I have to do because, like I said, I'm doing a lot of stuff here on the weekends from my own home on this thing called Twitch. Anyhow. I love what Six Man has done. I love how they're doing the protocols them together with Norwegian. You know, they're asking for a PCR test if possible before you get there, 3 days before. Have a PCR test done so they know that you're negative. Plus, they're going to check you at the port. Plus, they're going to check your credentials of being vaccinated. With those 3 things, I have nothing to worry about being on.
You're safe.
Plus, I was already told that they have one particular gentleman that has been hired as one of their Azores, I don't know what it's called, that he's in charge of making sure that everyone on that boat is cleaning, sanitizing, doing everything. So as far as I'm concerned, if you're asked to be checked before you get there 3 days before, if you're literally checked that day as well, because they're going to give you, I think, a nose swab or something, and then, you know, it's a quick test to see if you're all right, and they check that you have your vaccination card, there's nothing to worry about.
That's right.
So I feel sorry for our European, our Brazilian, our Australian, everyone else, you know, that from these continents that don't live in the USA. that can't make it when they want to. It breaks my heart every time I go on the KISS cruise page, and Victoria lets people know about what's about to happen, what's going to happen. And then you always see how there's some people saying, wow, I wish I could be there. Like right now, supposedly restrictions from other countries are going to be allowed, but starting, I think in mid-October.
Yeah, it's very tight.
And I don't know if that's going to be enough time for them to try to get everything done. So it breaks my heart that they're not going to be able to be there. And I know diehards, that have made incredibly amazing friends with, and they're not going to be able to be there. That breaks my heart. Now,
it's interesting what you mentioned, because we were, over the last couple of days, we were talking with Pask, and we were saying we have no doubt it's gonna. But it's true also that one of the beauties of being on the cruise is having the chance to meet people from all over the map. It's like 35 countries. Maybe this time it's going to be a bit different.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure it's still gonna be great.
It's definitely gonna be a different feel. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot less Europeans there. There's
South American.
As long as there's no Canadians, I'm good. I mean, I'm just kidding, Pat. I had to do that, dude.
Of course.
It's definitely going to be a lot different. It's going to be a lot more on the American side, or people that live here. And who knows? It probably won't even sell out. It's usually 2,400 people as far as cruisers, but it might. And if it doesn't, it will be close. But you know what? Regardless, whoever's on that cruise is going to have a wonderful time, because as long as those 4 heroes of ours are on that boat.
Right. And actually, if it's true that it's going to be the last one, man, you're going to be there, man. You're going to have the chance of your life to be there.
I plan to be saluted a couple times. I'm a 10-time cruiser. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. Nice.
My goodness. Oh, my God, man.
You guys, and listen, that's another thing. I'm amazed. Okay. I even, look, I've got goosebumps right now. I can't believe I've been on every single one. I know people that, like a lot of people, like, for instance, Megan Ketchinson. She's from Regina, Canada. Regina. Mm-hmm. Okay. She's been on all of them except the first one, the one that was on Carnival.
Yeah.
And, me and her have joked around about that. But you're not a 10-timer. You're not a 10-timer. But, she's just as diehard as me. A lot of people missed the first one. And then you have these people that have been on like 7. They couldn't go on 3, on 6, whatever the case may be. I am absolutely blessed that I have been able to be on every single one. And if there happens to be an 11, I'll be there.
So will we. Hey,
there you go. There's a promise already.
We made the promise. We're there.
Yep.
Oh, God, more Canadians. Jeez.
Yes. We're going to take over.
Yeah. We're going to bust your butt, man. We're going to be there.
See, besides Canadians, it really sounds like you have a love for the KISS fans.
I love Canadians, man. Go ahead.
Now, through KISS, you've had the opportunity and continue to have the opportunity to meet amazing people, the KISS Army. Indeed. Can you give us a general idea of some of the people you met through KISS and the KISS Cruise?
Wow. My God, there's a mother and daughter that you would swear they're little, like sisters. They're French.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Right? They're both the same size. They're like both like 4'3".
Yeah.
Tiny.
They're adorable.
Man, they are diehard. I believe it's Papoon and her daughter Shandy. I don't know if you've ever heard that before.
Yes.
Never heard that.
It's a song or something.
The second song on side 1 of Unmasked, but anyway. I was showing off there. Anyway, so those are 2 people that I love, like that I see. I hardly understand them. It's like trying to talk to them. It's like, oh, what? But I absolutely love them. They understand English a lot more than I understand French. I absolutely love them. I mean, there's so many people that I've met because of this cruise that I don't even know where to start. But the first 2 that I absolutely think of are the Frenchies. We call her the Frenchies. I mean, wow.
So many people.
I'm drawing a blank. There's just so many people that I can tell you from different countries. I mean, I've met my friends, my Latin friends from Chile, from Argentina.
That's right.
That they go a lot to these cruises.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, there's just so many to mention. And I'll be honest with you. The reason why no names are coming to my head is because I suck with names. I'm terrible. I forget my name on a bad day. Okay, I suck. If I had one of those things you could put on your hand, I could like show you the view of the people I'm talking about and the faces. I would do that. I just suck with names.
No names.
There's just so many people that I could tell you, and I'm pretty sure that whoever sees it afterwards, they're gonna be like, "Hey, dude, how about me?" You know, but
True.
you know, like my good buddy Brad from Virginia. Yeah, another same U.S. but Virginia. You know, there's just so many, man, from out of this country that I've met that I absolutely love seeing every year. You know, and that's. Being on a KISS cruise, I mean, the first KISS cruise was obviously, to me, the most amazing one, even though they're all amazing, but it's just the fact that you were on a cruise. Yeah. You're literally on a vessel, and your 4 heroes are on that vessel.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. And then you start realizing, holy crap, I'm here with like over 2,000 people. And these people love KISS as much as I do.
That's right. All KISS freaks, man.
And then each year that goes by, each year that goes by, each year that goes by, and you see the regulars that keep coming back. Mind you, we were all first timers. Then the second timers went like this, and the third timers went like this.
Yeah.
I think the 10 timers this year, I think, are less than 400 or 300.
Oh wow!
When it was like, I remember like in KISS Cruise 5, there was like over 1,000 of us. But, you know, not every year everybody can do this. That's why, like I was saying earlier, I am absolutely blessed that I've been able to do this. And I am absolutely blessed to have met everyone that I've met up to now.
So, Andrew, although both Pasca and I have been on the KISS Cruise, it's always fun, you know, listening about the KISS Cruise experience through the eyes of someone else, okay? So, through your eyes, tell us about your experiences on the KISS Cruise. Let's start with... your favorite concert, if you remember.
My favorite show of the KISS Cruise?
Your favorite concert, you know, your favorite KISS concert in all of the cruises that you've been to. Can you pick one?
Wow.
You're gonna say
I'm probably
KISS
gonna
Cruise
have to. You know what? I think I can, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it was KISS Cruise 6 where they did the Creatures of the Night stage with the cannon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's the one where they also played I to end the show that everybody went, what the? Yeah. That was probably, if I would have to say I mean, they were
That's
all
fine.
great.
Well, we're going deep now, so you know.
That's why it's asking me who's my favorite between Paul and Gene. I will plead the fifth to the day I am under.
Right. Well, you know, if you do remember, if not, we can skip some of these questions. But do you remember your favorite KISS member activity? Have you been to most of them with Gene, Paul, Tommy, Eric?
Yes, but I've never actually participated. I've never really been one to participate in any of those things. I have seen them. Like I love. I saw one time you know, out of all the times he's done it, here's the thing. A lot of those things, if you don't get there early, you won't get a seat.
Yeah.
So I end up watching it in the atrium. But, you know, one of my favorite ones was when Paul and his family were judging the belly flop contest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
That was painful to watch, but funny.
Yeah.
You know, I love that. And then, you know, the pick throwing contest. I mean, Family Feud is one of my favorite ones. I love that Family Feud thing that they do on the cruise. You know, so, you know, I love the Tommy thing of guessing what song it is when he plays the solo, you know, but of course I love the drum off.
Of course, exactly. Being a drummer.
I love the drum off. And by the way, make a long story short, KISS Cruise 7 was also one of my second favorite moments next to KISS Cruise 4, where I opened up. KISS Cruise 7, that's where they had George Lopez. George Lopez?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lopez?
Yeah.
Comedian.
Yeah, Lopez. Yeah.
Lopez. I'm Latin, and I don't remember if it was Lopez or Gomez or
Lopez, yeah.
Our Latin names tend to end in EZ, like mine, Rodriguez. So we get confused. Anyhow, I remember I was wearing a shirt. Now, mind you, I've never gotten into the drum off because I did like the first one, But that was like when they first did it, and I decided let me not do it again, because then when I DJ'd on the cruise, it was like a catch-22. If I get into that, and if I were to win,
right,
you know, they're gonna say, wait a minute,
conflict. That's right.
So you know, I always wanted to be part of it, and I'm jonesing of being part of it again. But once again, I won't try. I had a shirt that says "This drummer loves Kiss," and I was just standing there, literally right next to the bar, facing the stage, where I couldn't even see Eric, where they sit on the side to judge. Didn't see Eric, but I was looking at George, and George was just like, hey, and he looks at me, he goes, "You're a drummer?" This is before the thing started, and I go, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, get up here. You're gonna start this." And I was like, "I am." I ran upstairs. I had no sticks. I had to ask one of my Argentinian friends, who's a drummer, that he was gonna be the thing. "Lend me your sticks." went up to the thing. And I said, "What's up?" to Eric. I was like, "Hey, how are you?" He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" So George literally sits me there, and Bear, I'll never forget, Bear was like, "Oh, he's not part of the competition." "That's okay. I like his shirt. Let him start it off." "You know any Kiss solos?" I was like, "I know them all." He goes, "Play one."
100,000
I believe I did a little bit of 100,000 Years, mixed with a little bit of the Cotton Thunder of Live 2, second song on side 3. I'm sorry, third song on side 3. So, you know, I started doing that. Then I stopped. Then they go, "You got another one?" And I'm like, okay. And then I thought, what am I going to do now? So I did the drum solo of "Rip It Out."
Oh, okay, wow.
Solo album. First song, side 1.
Yeah.
So started doing that one. And the next thing I know, I start getting up, and Eric goes, "All right, can you do Detroit Rock City?" I was like, "Oh, you want me to do Detroit Rock City? The solo part? Yeah." And then people were going, "Oh,
yeah."
Right. And I stopped and I go, "All right." And I get up and he goes, "No, but do it like on a Live 3." And I go,
"Oh,
well, with double bass?" He goes, "Yeah, double bass." And I was like, "Oh, this guy's trying me. I love this." So I close the hi-hat, you know, make the hi-hat close. Oh, God, help me. So, and he goes, "There you go." And I was like, wow. Eric just asked me to do that. And he goes, "How about Love Gun?" And I see Bear from Six Man going, "Guys, we need to start this thing. He's not part of this," you know, like one of those. And I'm like, "Sorry, Bear." And he goes, "Do Love Gun." So I started doing Love Gun. Now listen to this one. This one's good. Eric Singer literally stumped me.
Oh.
And he stumped me by accident. He goes to me, "Do Love Gun." So I was like, okay. Well, actually, no. Now the new one goes. Right. So I do that, and I do the normal beat. And he goes, "No, that sounds like Detroit Rock City. I'm talking about the one on a Live 3." And I go,
"Love Gun on a Live 3."
And he goes, "Let me show you." And I literally stood next to Eric, and he sat right next to me, got on the drums, and he went, I was like, "Oh, cool." And then he got up, and I said, "Eric, man, what a pleasure. Thank you." Give him a kind of one of these. And he goes, "I like your shirt." I go, "I'll get it to you later." He's like, "All right." So as I'm getting off the stage, I look at Bear. I'm like, "Bear, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this. I didn't know that was going to happen." You know? Bear's like, "No, man, you kicked butt. Okay, now can we get this thing started?" Dude, that to me was one hell of an experience. And believe it or not, guys, I've been able to meet all the band members except one. I've never been able to talk or shake Tommy's hand. Not one.
No?
I've never, and he's like the easiest one to kind of run into, him and Eric.
Yeah.
You know, I've been able to meet Gene because I paid those lovely $2,000 for that vault. And I was able to meet Paul because a buddy of mine bought one of his paintings, and you know, you're allowed to bring 3, and he brought me in. And I remember telling him, "Hey, I saw you for the first time when I was 6 years old at the Hollywood Sportatorium in Florida." And he was like, "Oh, I remember that place. It was so muggy." I was like, "Yes." Wow. So, you know, and then with Eric, oh, and by the way, that night after the drum off was done, I saw Eric hanging in the atrium. I ran upstairs, literally grabbed the shirt I was wearing that I had just put on. It still smelled like cologne. Folded it for him, ran downstairs, he was still standing at the bar, and he was obviously with his, I guess, bodyguards or whatever. And I go, listen, he asked for this. Can I give it to him? And one of the guys goes, Eric, look, he wants to give you something. I go, Eric, listen, here's the shirt you wanted. He goes, oh man, thank you. I go, you're welcome. I turn around, and I feel this, and I turn around, and he goes,
Wow.
Wow.
that. I was like, that.
Oh my God.
He goes like this to me, throws like freaking like
Wow.
20 picks in my hand. I was like, awesome. And then I was like, and then he turns around, and I was like, guys, you think I could get a picture? He goes, if I let you take a picture, everybody else is going to want a picture.
Yeah,
So,
that's right.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
No worries.
Right.
But yeah, that was my experience with
Wow.
Eric, which was very cool on KISS Kruise 7. So between KISS Kruise 4, KISS Kruise 7, those were my two most amazing moments. And that story was just as long as 100,000 years on 11.
But I love that story because it really gave us a sense of the essence of who Eric Singer is.
Not to mention, when I finished doing that drum thing, freaking George Lopez kept throwing me the mic when there was a thing to be said. Like they would, you know, that drum off, they would tell them to do a drum beat of a song. That was how that competition went. It wasn't just do a solo. We're gonna tell you to play a song, and you play that song. So they would play the song, and then while they were playing the song, he saw me, and he would throw the mic to me so I could sing the song while the drummer was playing it. I was like, "What?" And I would throw the mic right back. I remember looking at the sound guy going, "That's like $1,000 mic. What the hell is that?" He kept throwing the mic to me and throwing the mic to me like 5 times. Now that was one of the most amazing times, guys.
Wow, that's awesome. Hey, and Andrew, what about what was your favorite cruise theme of all the cruises that you've been to? So was it Dressed to Kill? Was it the first one? Was it Creatures?
You already said it. The first one, the KISS Kruise 4, I believe it was, right?
Yeah, Dressed to Kill. Yeah.
Yeah, KISS Kruise. Yeah, I have all the pamphlets over here. You just can't see them. The cardboards. KISS Kruise 4. Yeah, that was interesting, dressing up in suits, and I thought that was so genius.
Yeah,
to see them in makeup and in suits, and then you bring your suit, and your girl you're with brings her gown and everything. That to me was my favorite one.
So
the theme was absolutely amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah, Dressed to Kill most definitely.
And what about other than KISS? Who were your favorite guest bands?
Oh.
There were so many and so good.
I was just about to ask, there were other bands on there? Okay, hold on, let me think. Well,
yeah, you got
for the last 2-3 cruises, BK being on that cruise, that's
okay.
That's BK. That. I mean, but he's part of KISS as well, has KISS history. But as someone that wasn't in KISS, I would have to say that I enjoyed very much. I remember, I think it was KISS Kruise 2, Adler.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Adler was freaking phenomenal. They had a guitarist that was skinny as hell, but dude, the kid could shred. And then they were, I believe Adler was back about a cruise or 2 ago, and they kicked butt. But yeah, Adler was one of my favorites. I remember there was, Night Ranger when they were on. I was happy, and now we're gonna have them again. I'm super. By the way, can I ask you guys a question? Are any of you going on the KISS Kruise 10?
No,
unfortunately not.
No.
Don't worry, I'll have fun for both of you.
You're killing me, man.
I'm sorry, man. Jesus Christ. See, that makes me sad. I actually thought you would be on it. Okay. Night Ranger was one of my favorite ones. I am definitely looking forward to seeing Queensryche. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing man, I'm missing. I can't believe we're not going to have Rat, but something happened once they had to reschedule or that things changed. Man, you know what? Right now, if I were to look at the thing, at the previous. Oh, by the way, if you go on the KISS Kruise thing and you see past lineups, you'll see on KISS Kruise 6, DJ NOIZ is the last one. But what I'm getting to is that if I were to read all of them, I would literally tell you, okay, this one was great. This one was great. What was that band's name that I always forget? That the singer's black, but he painted his face like Paul. They're like a funky soul.
They're a Vintage Trouble. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. So nice.
They
so
were
good, man.
Excellent.
They
Vintage
were so
Trouble.
good.
Jesus Christ, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah.
Vintage Trouble. I loved them. That guy's energy.
Oh boy.
The singer's energy.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I remember going to see them at the. They played. I think it was on KISS Kruise 3 or 4 at the Stardust Theater. Man, that was so much energy down there, man. That was amazing.
Listen,
so
it was
cool.
a taste of something completely different. It's not your typical rock and metal. They were like a funky rock, but dude, the guy's in intensity. I could have cared if he played folk music. I was like, still enjoying it.
James
Yeah,
Brown.
he was
James Brown, man. That's right.
Exactly, completely electric. I absolutely loved that band.
Yeah,
that band.
beautiful.
But
Beautiful.
there's a bunch of them, but I just can't remember them right now. I mean, there was a one that Tiger something, I think it was called. That it was three guys, and the lead guitarist was a singer. Man, I don't remember.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Lion, Tiger, something. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I see. It's too many bands to
Yeah.
remember. But man, there's always like one or two bands every single year.
Sure.
Here's the thing: when the KISS Kruise itinerary comes out, as far as the schedule is concerned, you see KISS every single time.
Yeah.
If you don't, that is a sin. You see them on their acoustic. You see them at the atrium if you picked show 2. And if you pick show 1, you see them in atrium, show 2.
Yeah.
And then you see them at the Stardust. And then you try to see, their little things if you can. And if you don't, you'll see it at the atrium. It's being televised.
Right.
I always try to see, every band normally plays 3 times. Except Bruce, that he only played twice 2 years ago. I didn't understand it, but okay. You try to see, I try to see every band at least once. You know how you have KISS, which is over here, and then the other bands are over here?
Yeah.
And then you have those that you have no idea who they are, that they're over here. These bands I try to see at least twice, and these bands I try to at least catch 10, 15 minutes of them. I try to see every single band at least once, catch a couple minutes of them. Unfortunately, a lot of the times, it's like you're trying to pick and choose because this band starts at 9:30, but damn, at 9:45 starts this band, and this is the only time you can see this band because the other 2 nights Bruce is playing, or you're like, so it's like really hard. But I try to see every band at least once for at least 10 minutes. Right.
Andy, I think it's clear that Sixman really is the driving force of the KISS Cruise. Yeah. So, having been in the unique position to officially work on the cruise, what is your experience working with the Sixman team?
They're incredibly professional. One thing I love about Sixman, and I'm not blowing any smoke up there, but they you know what? Nothing ever works out perfectly. That schedule that I was just talking about, the itinerary, the schedule, that definitely changes. Not everything is always on time. One of the band members probably had flaming diarrhea about 30 minutes before they had to go on, so they had to change their freaking their time. Anyway, those people have a knack of fixing anything that goes wrong, and trust me, a lot of things go wrong on a KISS Cruise, but they're very professional how they go about it. They're very professional how they reschedule things. They're very professional with if bacon runs out, which God forbid that never happened. So they to me are a very, very well organized powerhouse. They're very professional, very, very professional, and they do an amazing job. And I'm honored that they have allowed me to spin once again on the KISS Cruise. And to me they know what they're doing, and they deserve all the accolades that come to them. They're the best. They're the best at what they do, and they're great.
So we were talking about KISS Cruise 10, and it seems that, as Paz was saying, Sixman has done it all. Okay, so, but the question is, have they? Well, what would be your ultimate KISS Cruise experience, Andrew? Something that you haven't seen before, that, that thing that say, that would be so good if they did this. So
I think they already did it about what was it, a cruise or 2 ago, where we were watching them on the pool and they were on a spinning spinning stage. I was always thinking, damn, that would be cool. Instead of being on a stage like this, they would come on a spinning stage. And I remember thinking that years prior. Then they finally did it, but then what we realized? Yeah, that wasn't all that, because you know what? I was laughing my butt off every time Paul would start singing, and he would tell people, "Okay, we'll be right back in 2 minutes." Okay. Hey, how you doing? Hey. Oh my God, that was crazy. But I remember that the speakers, if you weren't standing in a right area when that thing would stop, all you had was speakers in front of you.
Right.
So it's like, oh. Now, as far as what I would love to see on a KISS cruise that hasn't happened before, man, there's just so much you could ask for. I mean, look, they used to take pictures with everyone, and I have no idea how they did it. In their 7-8-inch platforms with 40 pounds, 50 pounds of gear on, stand there for 3 hours to then do a 2-hour show after.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's why when they decided to stop that, I was not mad at all. Everybody was like, oh, no, they can't do that. I was like one of those saying, guys, they're not spring chickens anymore, and they've done quite a lot.
Yeah.
You know? So the only thing I would say is that, you know what, if there was a way to like to take a picture maybe in a group, like group pictures, like in front of the stage, and they'd just be there. It's like group 1, group 2. That'll probably be pretty cool if they could do that. But if not,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a good
you know,
idea.
in other words, a group of like 100 people at a time. You know, you know how when you go to, for instance, when you go to the cruise, you have to go through that embarkment thing where you have to learn about how to inflate your rubber ducky thingy, whatever.
Yeah, that session there,
right, all that stuff. Like groups like that, if they would do that, and you know, everybody from 1E, you could take a picture with the band, where the band would stand on the stage and you would be under, and they would, you know, something like that is something I thought of that would be pretty cool.
Great idea.
But man, honestly, I have nothing to really say about adding anything to a KISS cruise. Just them performing, just them being there. And you know, guys, this is all going to come to an end one day, and it's getting closer. You guys want to laugh? Every time I get in my car and I put my GPS on, and it tells me at the end of the road, make a right. It's like,
no!
I don't want to hear those words. At the end of the road, make a left. I don't want to hear those words. Yeah, I'll be one of the most. Let me tell you something. I'll be unconsolable for about a month, 2.
Oh yeah,
I hear you.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and I'm one of these that knows that KISS ain't gonna be able to do this forever. And I'm also one of these that's saying, listen, if you got a few years left. You started with makeup, you took it off, you went back to makeup. Hey, take it off. That's just my opinion. Take it off and play for us, you know, acoustically if you have to.
Yeah.
For a few more years, you know, if you want to. If not, guys, sayonara, you've done enough.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Just keep making your memorabilia, okay? That's all. Keep selling stuff to us. We need to buy that stuff for the rest of our life. Even when Gene's 6 feet under sometime in 30 years, God forbid, maybe 40.
We need that.
He's gonna leave a will and testament saying, okay, now we have to come up with KISS condoms that glow in the dark. I think we already have those, don't we?
Yeah, I think so.
All colors, right?
So Andrew, this has been great, and you know, love your energy, love your enthusiasm. It's been fantastic, man. And I think our listeners are really going to enjoy this episode because you, my friend, are a character. So I want to wrap it up with one final question. The general idea of this podcast is to celebrate KISS fans. So as a KISS fan yourself, you've been afforded with so many opportunities because of your DJing, because of KISS. Let me ask you this. If a non-KISS fan were to come up to you and say, KISS, what's the big deal? How would you respond to that person?
I already have over 100,000 times in my life. Did you get that? 100,000? Anyway. You know what? It is incredibly hard to make a person that has no idea what KISS is other than rock and roll all night, and I was made for loving you, and possibly Beth, understand what KISS truly is. They see the band as a band that just puts on makeup and plays a lot of rock. I guarantee you, if they were to listen to the records, especially in the 80s where Paul did all those nice ballads and you know, have you noticed like almost every record from like Dynasty all the way through Crazy Nights, almost the second song on side B is always the power ballad. Anyway. So, you know, if they would have, I've actually turned on some people. Look, as a matter of fact, the person that used to go with me on the cruise, and I'll leave it here, which she's not going with me this year. I finally have a cabin to myself. Thank God. She'll be on the cruise. I just decided I'm going to have a cabin to myself. Anyway, she wasn't really into KISS when she met me. I showed her what KISS was. I played music, and she literally sat there and listened. And when she listened, she goes, whoa. there's so many people that have, and even rockers, people that love all kinds of bands that you may love as well.
Yeah.
They just don't know the catalog of KISS, and they base it on Rock and Roll All Night, Shout It Out Loud, Detroit Rock City, Beth and I Was Made for Loving You. That's it. They have no idea what War Machine is. They have no idea what Turn On the Night is. Okay, where you get all these emotions. They just don't know the music. Once they hear the music, if they're really music fans, you turn them on. The hardest part is just getting them to listen.
Yeah.
And then you start telling them all the stories about Gene's Polaroid collection, but that's another story.
There you get going. Hey, Andrew, it's been an absolute pleasure. I have to second Pask on what he was saying before. It's a true honor to have you on the cruise and, have so many great stories. And, I wish you the best of luck, for KISS Kruise 10. I'm sure that we're going to cross paths, maybe KISS Kruise 11 or somewhere else. But it would be great to meet you. And, man, I wish you all the best. And thank you for being part of the show. Thank you so much.
My undenying pleasure, guys. And let me tell you something. If KISS Kruise 11 doesn't happen, we still are going to have to do something, because I believe from what I'm seeing from people that there's still going to be something that has to happen where we could all get together. And I plan to see you guys as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, man.
I just want to close by saying, I want to thank your Father in heaven for giving you that set in your bedroom. He gave you so much. He gave you this life that you're living now, and he gave us the opportunity to experience KISS through your craft. And it's just incredible, just incredible. So thank you very, very much, my friend.
Great words, man. That's awesome.
Thank you so
again,
much.
On behalf of Claudio and myself, we can't thank you enough for being on the show.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
The KISS Army, thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed the final episode focusing on the KISS Kruise experience. Stay tuned next week when we present our Halloween special. In the meantime, remember, never stop rocking. Take care, everyone.
Ciao, everybody. Thank you, Andrew.
Absolutely.
The KISS Army Nation podcast has partnered up with Click T-Shop to offer our listeners a high-quality t-shirt with graphic design by Xander Graphics. Check out Click T-Shop at clickteeshop.com.